Today I saw a little montage of wacky street fights that were unfolding in Texas on a street known as Dirty Sixth, which I guess is kind of like the modern day Coliseum. I've heard of Sixth Street before because that's where weirdo YouTubers used to go to ask drunk girls leaving bars if they would make out with them. They'd shove a camera and mic in their face and just ask stupid questions like, "What's your name? What's your body count? Will you ride my dick till infinity and beyond and call me Bust Lightyear? And can I stick my tongue down your throat? I love you." And then they'd film that and that'd be the whole video. So, like, 6th Street seems like a made up place, but it's apparently very real. And today I saw this series of fights that I think happened over the course of just one evening. I'm not certain, but I have a hunch that this all just happened in one night. Because apparently it's just so normal for this to happen when the bars close there. And man, these fights are sloppy in the most entertaining way. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you the full fight because YouTube would not like that. It would get the video taken down. So I'm gonna have to like snip around it to the best of my ability. So I'll fill you in on the lore. So the first fight was between two women. It started with hair pulling. One girl gets the other to the ground and then gets on top of her and starts like hammer fisting the top of her head like she's in fucking marching band, beating her like a drum. Of course, I don't know the story behind the fight here, but as you saw in the beginning, it was one-on-one, then like another girl tries to break it up. She kind of just gets tossed aside like dirty laundry, and she's like, okay, I see this isn't effective, so she crawled away and she was not seen again. So after she departs, she says, "I see when I'm not welcome here, I do say I'll take my leave." Then it goes back to a one-on-one. She still has full hair control, and then gets her more to the ground, gets on top of her, and then, as I mentioned, she gets the hammer fists going. They eventually separate the two of them, and I love that the spectators start trying to fan the flames again. Like, come on, that wasn't good enough. We need a round two. So they're trying to tell the girl who just lost this fight to go beat her ass. Like, go chase her down and continue this. And then you can hear the cops blowing their whistle. They're coming in like referees. They're like, "All right, wrap it up. We heard there was an ass whooping over here. That's a 5-yard penalty. Move aside. Repeat. Second down." They just walk through blowing their whistles and then just stand to the other side and that's it. They almost look disappointed that they were tardy to the party and missed the fight. So they just walk through and then just hang out after they make sure everything's settled down. And then another fight breaks out. Again, I think this is all one night. I could be wrong. This could be like multiple fights that they just spliced together for a montage. But I don't know. I just really get the feeling that it all happened on the same evening. I feel like this is very normal based on everything I've seen and read now from Dirty Sixth Street, as it's called apparently. This next one was a 4-on-1. I don't know what this guy did to earn the whole kit and caboodle, the Red Rover, send all the bouncers right over, but he's got 4 dudes on him. He's got like a guy yanking on his butt cheeks. He got a dude trying his best to like take him down, but he's unsuccessful. It's like he's wrestling a fucking fish. And then like 2 other guys that are just like haphazardly like swinging on any part of his body they can find. And even with all that, they still weren't able to like knock him out or anything. So he stands up and he's smiling and having a good time. The cops do like break it up. And once again, the cops just look disappointed. They're like, "All right, come on guys, really 4-on-1? You couldn't have an honorable duel? What is this? It's supposed to be a 1-on-1 fight. This is ridiculous." And then like you can see the guy who's like, no. I'm guessing they were asking if he like wants to press charges or something. He's like, "No, absolutely not. This was just all in good fun, officer." And then he walks away laughing about it. Like he just 4 men on top of him, and they still didn't, like, I didn't even see a bruise on his face. I guess they're getting him with the Charmin Ultra Soft fists. But he's giddy. He's all smiles. He's even joking with the crowd over there. Like, he's like, ah, yeah, you know, this and that. Well, anyway, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go to the Salty Spittoon to get my clock cleaned, if you don't mind. I've got more places to get my ass beat, tips Fedora. It's just, like, it's so interesting to me. It just feels like fights on 6th Street here are just part of the experience, like, even for the participants. Like, he didn't even seem particularly angry. In fact, none of the people there did. Like, all 4 of the dudes on top of him, it didn't even feel like they were even mad. It just felt like it's business as usual. It's 3 a.m. Someone's got to get their ass beat. This fight, I feel safe showing you the full thing because I'm pretty sure not a single punch or anything connects. It almost feels like it's choreographed. Like, it almost feels like this is stage acting because they are dodging all the blows perfectly. It's almost like a dance. So you get a takedown here. It's a pretty soft takedown, nothing like too crazy. We get a brief pause in the action. They're kind of joking. They're both kind of smiling about it. Then there's another, like, surprise takedown attempt, and then this masterpiece. Absolute fucking cinema. Like, in the middle of the fight, if I didn't see, like, the whole fight, I would think this was just, like, a skit. Like, this was a planned skit. But it's not. Like, they were actually, like, throwing on each other. And then, in the middle of the fight, as he's going for, like, a double-leg takedown, they hear the sirens, and immediately, they both know, hey, we gotta stop this shit right now. Let's be friends. And then they got their arms around each other. They even walk up to the police window there, and I'm guessing they're saying, like, oh, no, we weren't fighting. What do you mean? We're hugging. We're embracing. And, like, it actually does. Like, if the officers just came in at the end, like, they probably would have no idea there was a fight, because look at this frame right here. When he was going for, like, the takedown, he's kind of just grabbing on his thighs, and it looks like the other guy's, like, bringing his face in for, like, a warm smooch. So they go for this fighting to friendship true combo to fool the officers, so that way they don't get, like, arrested or anything, and it works. Like, it absolutely works. Definitely think that was the right call. Friendship conquers all once again. You know, the same lessons anime taught us. With friendship, anything's possible. So they go from fighting to now I think they're probably good buddies. Like, I feel like there's a chance. I definitely think it was the right decision because it's not worth going to jail over at all. So yeah, I just had to talk about these because these fights, like, they had me giggling. It doesn't even feel like they were even mean-spirited fights at any point. Like, it felt like, well, we're on 6th Street, might as well fight. Like, it feels like that's just, like, 6th Street brings that demon out of you, and it makes you start swinging on somebody, and it's not even like, because you don't like them, it's just, hey, it's 6th Street, we gotta fight. It almost reminds me of the plot to the first Kingsman movie, where you just, like, you hear that frequency and you just start attacking each other. Like, you go to 6th Street and that frequency plays in some people's ears, and you just, fights start breaking out, and they don't know why, it just happens. So yeah, I had to talk about this a little bit when I saw this. That's really about it. So yeah.